You know, Chairman Petrie, we often say, I hear people say from southwestern Kentucky or even far western Kentucky that, well, the bluegrass and the Western Kentucky Parkway goes both ways. And it's just as long to go back as it is to come, right? Talk to us about the disconnection maybe that some may feel in this region to the central power, which is in Frankfort.
Yeah, but it's an ongoing difficulty here, I would say. Communications, distance hampers that communication and flow of information back and forth. But I will take one slight correction. Although the windshield time is the same both ways, it's longer going to Frankfurt by an hour, because you lose that. But you know, it's a long haul. When people from home come to Frankfurt to visit or partake in some activity or event, I'm always appreciative because I know how long that haul is. But we're also in a spot where our news markets don't match up to Frankfurt. So if you're in Louisville, Lexington, or Covington area, then you will catch that Frankfurt news. But here you've got Nashville coverage, you've got Indiana, you've got Missouri, and it's hard to get information. Sometimes, unfortunately, Twitter feeds are direct in links, but that communication is difficult. The distance creates that.
Jennifer Brown, who will join us in the second half hour of our program, who is the publisher and editor of the Hoptown Chronicle, said it best when we talked earlier today about how some people in southwestern Kentucky think that Nashville is the capital, right? Because the news is what you're really relying on. I want you to talk about, because you've been in this community and surrounding communities for such a long time, what are the strengths of it other than the people?
Well, I can't not say the people, because that is bedrock. There is a lot of potential and a lot of actuals that are going on now, and the people are there. Being able to interact with people and go, what do we need? What's going on? Where can we help? In all facets, that's a great thing. But almost in juxtaposition, there's a certain amount of southwestern Kentucky with that tobacco heritage. There's a certain amount of independence. A very individualistic independence. Pulling those two things together, you come up with a massive explosion. If you've got people that'll pull together and individually are strong, you've got a heck of a team is what you've got. And that's something we've got that I don't know exists anywhere else.
We're going to talk to Mr. Hunt about the strength of agriculture here, but what are some of the other industries that really help center this community economically?
Agriculture is one of those things that's always been there. It almost predates everything else that comes along, and it continues, and it's one of those bedrock foundations. We've got great industrial and manufacturing that has come on. We've got some good arts that develop, community development, and I see nascent, I won't say completely nascent, but nascent nonprofit networks that are really coming into their own at this point, both for community and economic development and otherwise. I would like to see more development of small business and encouragement of that entrepreneurial small business. Not that we don't have it. We have some, and they're good in those small, medium size, but I'd really like to see that bulk up. But that entrepreneurial spirit that comes from that independence that still wants to integrate into the community.